Hello everyone, welcome back to Multiverse Tower Defense. On this video over here, where I checked out the new Nullified puppet, I did end up saying that it was actually really bad, and also it was just not good enough. But now it's actually really good because of one thing that I actually did end up finding out. So now I would say it's better than Ennard, but the only problem is that it doesn't have like full AoE, like the whole entire range of it. It will stun, but still the size is pretty good enough of the nuke attack. And I mean like the cooldown on Ennard, he will exactly get 1.12 cooldown, but I also managed to do the same thing on Nullified Puppet, which means it technically doesn't need a rework anymore. They did make a poll in the Discord server saying, asking if people wanted a rework. Well, technically it doesn't need a rework anymore. The only thing it might need is just more placements or buff in damage, because it is an ethereal. And also my Valkyrie with Celestial is doing 136,000 DPS. This guy over here, the Hyper That Dreamer, it's doing like 35,000 DPS, but that counts only if you have the shiny empathy, which is kind of hard to get. But if you do use Nullified Puppet with this little secret trick I have, which I actually accidentally found out by playing with some random people in infinite mode, it is better than Ennard. But there's only one problem though. There's only one problem. You do need to have Ballora. That's the only problem. If you do not have Ballora, well, you're just gonna have to stick with Ennard with Force. But if you can't get Ballora, definitely do get her, because then you don't even need Ennard anymore. Then you need just Nullified Puppet and Ballora. But that's also a little bit of a problem if you can't use two units for like this stunning effect. And if you have a different sort of booster unit that is better than Ballora, make sure to not to place, I guess, him close to them, but make sure to place it close to the Ballora, I guess. But yes, let's get into an infinite mode match. Alright, here we are in infinite mode. Now, usually I do need like more people or a different starter unit. I do use a Golden Fairy as a starter unit because it is just so amazing, and it does one-shot these enemies. But well, Nullified Puppet isn't that expensive, so I can't technically place him on the start. But the cooldown is just kind of bad, that's the only problem. So we will need to try to survive our best in the beginning, but I'll see when I have enough money. Now actually, already on placement, it does have the cooldown, 1.12. Which is really good, but as you upgrade it, it will get like more cooldown, and then more then less cooldown, and then less cooldown for some reason. So that's the only problem. So make sure that you just keep him on the first upgrade when you first place him, so he is being able to stun them at the correct way it should. And make sure that you also get your defenses when you have enough money. Now I do have a lot more money, I have like 100,000, so now let's just sell those, and let's max him out. So as you can see, just like the same as in the thumbnail, 9,000 damage, 1.12 cooldown, and 40 range. But the only problem to this is that like the nuke effect is the only thing that is going to be good enough. So if you needed to like stun everything, then you're technically gonna probably need to use Ennard. But still, this is gonna be really helpful. But make sure just not to skip too much if you're on like really hard waves, because then you're just gonna have a massive clump of bunch of enemies, and they might actually get through and stuff. Because some of them can also be fast. So like for example, he's gonna be stunning everyone in the front, while some other enemies that are really fast, for example some fast bosses, like for example the Ennard on wave 170, he's really fast, and he will get through. So make sure that you do not have auto skip on or something like that, because other than you're gonna have a lot of enemies in the way. But still really good, because now he's doing like 5 times the damage, 5 times more damage than just one Ennard. But also let's count the DPS actually. Alright, I got a calculator. So 9,000 thingy by 1.12. So your DPS by just one of them is gonna be 8,000 DPS. It's very bad. It's worse than like, for example, Invincible with Force. which is, I mean, it's a bit bad DPS, so I mean, it would need more damage, but being a stunning unit, this is pretty good, because it's 5 times stronger than just one Ennard, if it has force though, which is really, really good. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, the Young Dreamer did end up getting nerfed, so now it only has 3 placements instead of 5, which is actually really good. So now the Hyper Death Dreamer is still strong, but this is still the best Mythic in the whole entire game, I'm probably sure. I mean, mine has a Beast trait on it, it can be stronger, but earlier when I was playing, I managed to calculate the DPS, and its DPS went from 37,000 all the way down to 22,000. So it didn't change too much, but still, it's still the strongest Mythic in the whole entire game. So 22,000 damage is a lot. And plus, this unit does have like burning, so it's gonna do a little bit more damage. And it also has like a line AoE because of its like attack. So that's also very helpful. Now this is all of my stuff placed down, not that many units, but let's see how far we can get it in Endless. I will make sure to turn off Autoscape and 2x speed when strong bosses arrive, but let's see how far we can get as just one player with all of this. One thing that might maybe kill me is, for example, Toy Bonnie, because for some ridiculous reason he has just so much more HP than most of the bosses in this mode. I mean, right now he has 8 million HP. Next wave he's probably gonna have like more than 9 million or something. Yeah, now we have the next wave. Let's see. Yep, yeah, he has 10 million HP now. Well, what's the next boss gonna have? Like less than that, like 9 million or something? This is just absolutely ridiculous. Devs, if you're watching this video, please nerf Toy Bonnie. Why is he always so much stronger than the bosses? Or like 10 to 25% stronger than the bosses, something like that. Why is he always stronger than the bosses? Like, he should be the boss. The boss is not. It's either that it's like they're too weak, they are too fast, or they're just too easy, and then you have this guy as the actual boss. Most of the time when I play Infinite, I die to him. I don't die to the bosses, I die to him. Which is just so annoying. And he just takes too long to kill him. Just erase him. Why does he have to exist? Or just nerf him, please. He has too much HP. Ah! Alright, wave 170 boss. He has 6 million HP. Oh, well, for some reason he's frozen now in the corner. That happens a lot on this map, actually. Like, bosses get frozen in the corner for some reason, which needs to be fixed. Which is actually a little bit too OP, because it has actually saved me once, because the bosses got frozen in like, the corner. But still, this is wave 170 boss. Usually it's kind of hard when I play with a lot of people, but alone, he's quite easy. Just that he might maybe escape because he doesn't have enough. Nah, he won't escape, but like you might also need, like, for example, Shiny Ben for like range boosting. Wait, no, he escaped. And he got stuck in the corner. Wow, that saved me. Just because he got stuck in the corner, he saved me. But yeah, technically he would be the one who killed me, so usually I also always die in wave 70 with 2x speed on. Even though if I have 2x speed on or off, most of the time I die, but I can survive it if I turn off 2x speed and when I'm playing with people. But technically wave 170 is the wave that kills you if you don't replace or anything like that. But yeah, you do need some more range boosting. Now I'm back in the lobby, so technically, because I managed to find out of this by using Ballora and a Force Nullified puppet, it is actually really, really good. But one thing that I'm not so sure about is that if it is actually possible to get actually the same cooldown 1.12 on, for example, the shiny version of the Nullified puppet or the shiny version of Ennard. Which could maybe be possible if you don't use the Force trait and maybe use like a very weak boosting unit, because Force trait, it gives you minus 25 cooldown. So maybe something that could work is that if you use Ballora or some other stronger boosting unit or a weaker boosting unit, and then you use it without the Force, or you use it with a Force and then you just like buff it with like a much weaker you buff it with a much weaker like buffing unit if it is for like the shiny nullified puppet. But if it's just the normal or no, if it's the shiny Ennard, then you'll probably need to not use the like the shiny, and you probably not need to use the force trait, because then you would just go below 1.12 cooldown. So then you would probably have to use like some sort of weak boosting unit that will maybe like give you 15 cooldown boosting, which might maybe be possible with for example shiny goat mother. I'm not so sure, because the cooldown boosting goes all the way down to 0.9, but we need it to be 0.85, which I'm not sure if it is possible with the shiny goat mother. But if there's any sort of boosting unit that would boost by just 15%, then yes, having to use the shiny version of Ennard would actually be really good. Or devs, if you're watching this video, please just remove the cooldown boosting on the shiny version and just move it over to the damage or to the range. Just remove the cooldown boosting. Then I would say that the shiny version of Ennard and shiny version of the nullified puppet, now I would say it's actually worth it to use, because I can't even use this for stun locking or stunning bosses at a same powerful level as now that I found out with nullified puppet with force and Ballora, or just normal Ennard with force. It won't be strong enough. So just please remove this 10% or minus 10% cooldown boost on the shiny Ennard. Just please remove it, or remove it, or just move it to the damage or range. If you can't do that, if you're watching this video, I don't know, but yes, I'm gonna end the video off now. Some more videos. I will post some more videos on this game like next week. But for now, I have posted quite a lot this week. So yeah, have a good day or night, and see you in the next one.